Hello, Internet! Welcome to the 8/28/2016 episode of the Kleb and Pach show. Today on the docket, we have No Man's Sky, backlash and post-game launch sort of critique. We have a Blizzard variety hour, basically. We're going to talk about every Blizzard game except for Heroes of the Storm, because neither of us play it. And then we have some ranting at the end of the show about launchers in games and basically individual game launchers instead of just booting it up, and when it's acceptable, when it isn't, and how infuriating they can be, and then basically whatever comes through the top of our head. And as usual, with me every episode, as usual, is Mr. Pack. How are you?
Hello, Kleb. How are you?
Oh, literally melting in the swamp town that is Ottawa.
I just love
Nothing
how
out of the ordinary.
We had a discussion 1 minute ago about how shitty launchers are, and now this is part of our episode.
Well, you know what? We are at a lack of things to talk about because neither of us have played the new Deus Ex.
Yeah, exactly.
And I have basically only played Diablo and games that I've owned for a long time for the past little week, including the Hearthstone updates, but that's its own thing, I guess, at this point.
Indeed. So
let's just cut to the chase and talk about what everybody's talking about. No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
So, all right. Do you want to start or should I start?
I'll start. Sure. I'll say I like No Man's Sky, although I haven't played it since opening weekend. But that's because I never followed the hype.
That's probably good.
Yeah.
That's probably good.
But I mean, I've heard people say, like, is it worth $60? Well, I mean, we did get it cheaper being Canadian, right? But it definitely not worth $60.
No. So Hello Games is like a small studio. I think it's like 30 guys.
Right.
It's an indie game. It has all this backing, it has all this support from Sony and everything, but like at the end of the day, No Man's Sky was an indie game. It was a group of dudes who wanted to create something, and Sean Murray basically promising the world and then not delivering on it.
Yeah, no public relations department on that small team.
Really, he is the Peter Molyneux of the generation.
Jeez.
Like, it's quite hilarious how bad it got. And I'm gonna preface all this by saying that I do like No Man's Sky. Do I think it's a AAA game? No, not at all.
No,
it lacks polish. But I think what people were expecting to get is basically not what they got, which, I mean, yep. I think anyone will agree with. But I think for what it is, it's not a bad game. Like, it sort of shows what the engine's capable of, and there's a foundation there for some good stuff, like some good gameplay. But at the end of the day, a lot of it's very shallow. It's
definitely shallow. It's no ocean. It's a wading pool.
Exactly. And what's a shame is that I do think it's actually a good game. I just don't think that it could possibly have lived up to what they were promising. And a lot of features that were listed as being in the game and that were showed in these like segments that were shown at these expos and these little micro segments that were shown aren't actually possible. Like, and a lot of it just seems copy pasted. The huge sprawling universe is sort of a illusion.
Yep. Every
single solar system is basically just a loading screen away, as opposed to being actually in the game. I don't think you could like theoretically fly, but I mean they can cover their ass by saying, "Oh, it would take too long anyway." But at the same time,
like people wanted to do, like, I'm sure there's one or two people or thousands that wanted to do that, right? And I actually have a list here in front of me of all the things that was promised.
I saw the Reddit post too.
Let's go through that. Yeah.
Let's go through some of that.
Landing on asteroids. Destroying space stations.
Definitely not.
Giant fleets of ships.
About 4, if you count that as giant.
Yes, okay. That's, I mean, when you see 0 to 1
and they don't move.
Often, right.
And they don't move. They have the engines going, but they're just standing there.
They
don't
may as well be space stations.
They may as well be well, and they're not even as exciting as space stations. You can't even go in there.
The space stations are exciting, apparently, too.
Which they are not. They are the same damn space station. That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually ridiculous.
You can access the space station basically from any planet that you go to.
Yeah, there's one in every system.
Yep.
They're not special.
I love this part of this missing feature. Large freighters actually moving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. There's no like the universe doesn't feel alive. Like there's no like created solar system. The planets just sort of hang in space. You know what I
I'm
mean?
kind of okay with that. Like just from a gameplay perspective, like I can suspend
Yeah.
the disbelief. You know,
Yeah.
it's just that's how it's in my sights, right? That's how.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, from an immersion point, like I guess it kind of
There isn't really a lot going on.
no.
Like, and I think what really bums me out is that like you get a new multi-tool. The only real feature the multi-tool has is that it has more slots.
Everything. Your new ship has
Everything
more
is
slots.
it's just slots.
Your
And
armor.
it's so freaking pointless.
Like
And it's like the game is just a grind to get to the point where you don't have to care about inventory management and then they just dick around.
oh, it gets to that point. That would. Yeah.
That's what I've heard. I have actually requested a refund because I don't think I'll be playing it anymore, and I know that there was some talk on the PC Master Race subreddit about Valve giving out refunds
Oh.
from like extra length of time, like not caring about how long it was played for. So I'm requesting one just to see.
I think I'll do.
I
that
know
too.
I know I will likely never play it again.
Yeah.
And which is a shame. And I think that if this game feels like an early access game. It feels like this game wasn't ready and
Yeah.
it wasn't done, which is really unfortunate because I think they had something really special here, and I think that there's a lot of really good stuff that happened. But I think that between the media hype for this game and Sean Murray just not shutting his damn mouth, I think that it's basically gotten to the point where it's basically a disappointment. It feels, and it doesn't feel that fun, honestly. No. The gameplay loop is just like go to the planet, mine some things, go sell it, repeat.
Totally zen. I think I would have enjoyed this game in university.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like at the time it was Skyrim, right? Skyrim definitely consumed way more time, and like just the fact that like a 5-year-old game like Skyrim could be somewhat similar.
Yeah, and I mean it's a lot of the same premises, like exploring and like finding random things. And at least in Skyrim, the random things have like a guided hand on them.
Right.
So like you'll find the dungeon, but like the dungeon was designed by developers. It's it's all planned. It's all ready to go. So when you get in there, you feel like there's a sense of purpose. There's a goal. There's an end point. With No Man's Sky, because it's all procedurally generated and like there's no real guiding hand except for basically these Atlas construct things that you go to that lead you towards the center of the universe. Which, spoiler alert, can we spoil it?
Like, you're spoiling it for me, and that's what I wanted to talk about.
But I could stop.
No, it's just tell me, yeah.
So at the end of the universe is apparently just another universe. So when you get to the center, the game just like starts you over again.
Oh, so people have already got to the center.
Oh yeah, it doesn't take long.
Oh.
If you just mainline to the center, it doesn't take long.
That's the mystery.
That's the mystery.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like that was the only redeeming thing I had for this game. I loved the presentation of that mystery. I liked finding the random things.
There is some good stuff, but I think the moment where I sort of had to double think and like reflect on the purchase and being like, wait a second, like this game is supposed to be like pretty deep and endless and explorative. Like you should see like a lot of variety. And I saw the exact same abandoned colony event 2 times in a row.
Oh.
Yeah. Like you go into one of these abandoned stations on a planet and there's a bunch of tentacles everywhere. And like the dialogue box comes up explaining how your character feels about seeing this. And I saw it once. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then like I jumped 2 planets, went to another colony post, and I found the exact same event except the color palette was blue instead of red.
And your character felt the same way?
It was all the same text. And I'm like, I was like, okay, something doesn't grok here. Like this doesn't feel.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel satisfying, and I just by the 5th or 6th hour, which is basically where I put it down, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, there's no, and I'm a guy who needs direction. Like, I don't thrive in games where I'm just sort of placed to explore and just figure things out. Like, I'm not a huge Minecraft guy for that exact reason. I'm really bad at self-directed fun. You know, I like having the fun in front of me and basically experiencing it. Not like it's the same reason like I haven't really picked up Starbound again. And even though I really liked Starbound, it's just like you literally get what you put into that game, and I'm just really bad at like that gameplay loop.
Yeah, Starbound's definitely far more featured than No Man's Sky.
Starbound's excellent.
Yeah,
and it's like, it's fantastic in its final form, 100%.
Yep.
It's just that it doesn't that kind of gameplay has a really hard time playing with me, and I'll never play it alone. Like I played it alone for a bit, and I was all right with it, but like the fun is not in playing that game alone. 100% it is not, and at least for me. Some people love the grind, and I mean to a degree, I'm the same way for certain things when the goal and the objective is like clear in front of me. Like Monster Hunter Generations is a hell of a grind, but I will play that because it's bite-sized pieces. You know, like each hunt is its own contained event, and I can approach them on a do or do not scale and just sort of like tackle it as I see it. And like there's an end goal, you know, hunt more stuff, get better armor, hunt bigger things. Like I get that, and like it's there's not enough faffing about that I'm getting bored, which I like.
Yeah, I totally get that. But interestingly enough, I've put in an equal amount of time essentially into No Man's Sky and The Witcher. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand that because I've only played No Man's Sky over one weekend. I played The Witcher since May, on and off, about 8 hours in. And it's something about No Man's Sky, I couldn't put it down at first. So it had that quality going for it.
I think that we both agree that No Man's Sky is a good game.
Something has to be said about the lack of challenge. I guess that we keep saying the Zen thing, right? It's
a flow state, right? Like playing No Man's Sky is basically a flow state. You just enjoy going to a place, doing some stuff. Like that whole experience, if that's into you and you're into like the low impact gameplay, that's fine. Like, and if you're enjoying playing it, fuck me, don't listen to me.
It's fun to watch also for some reason. I was at my buddy's house. I haven't watched
any streams.
No, I wasn't streaming. I mean, I was physically at my buddy's house and he was playing it. So maybe that had going like physical presence. Maybe it has something to say for that. But yeah, it was. I couldn't take my eyes off it. I was like,
really?
Yeah. Like, yeah, I mean, mine that. Yeah, mine it. Woo.
Mine it. Mine it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do like it, and I think that it's a good game. I just don't think there's enough going on for me to keep playing it.
Yeah.
And I have a hard time with that kind of game in the first place. So
if they had just marketed it as what it is, I think it would still be doing well. Like I think people would buy it and be like, "Wow, this game's so chill, relaxing."
I think a question I have is like, whose fault is it that the game is like this?
Yeah.
Like, is it Sean Murray for promising the world and basically not delivering? Is it Sony basically being like, listen, you've delayed the game too much, you need to release it now. We've put money into you.
That'd be an issue, yeah.
Like, I don't know.
There's
like,
a lot of times where it's more player misconception of what they had meant, but then there are just some blatant lies that that Sean Murray and his team were saying.
I mean, it's like the Fable effect, right?
Yes.
The trees will go in real time.
Yeah.
You can plant a sapling and see it grow over. You know, it doesn't.
But you see, for Fable's effect, I never followed the hype, obviously, and I loved Fable.
I actually like the first Fable a lot too.
Exactly.
I do. I think that I definitely fell for the hype, and I think Fable came out when I was in like. Okay.
High school.
I'm gonna date myself.
Not even.
I don't think it's high school. I think it's like.
Yeah.
I want to say I was in like. God, when did Fable come out? Release date.
I'm thinking 2003.
2004.
Wow. Yep.
So 12 years ago, I was 13. Oh God.
Aww.
I fell for that marketing hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
Hook, line, and sinker.
I was a PlayStation boy, so I just had to wait for the PC release. I didn't follow the hype, and yeah, that was a good call.
Definitely the right call.
Yeah.
But like, but I still liked Fable, and I enjoyed playing it.
It was fun to play. It was like worked. It was definitely
it worked, and like at least it was a goal. Like the core gameplay was still there. It was still a fun game. The story was whatever, but like it was good.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky, it's like the features you aren't promised, you promised aren't there. The game just sort of like is what it is, and we have no idea what's coming down the pipeline as far as like updates or content. Like no one's spoiled that at all. So who knows? Like maybe it'll never. I don't know.
Is it going to be a modded game? Like, are people going to?
There are mods.
Oh,
but they're not like Steam supported yet, and you can't get them easily. But I know there is modding. Like, there's a low flight mod already, so that you can go lower to the planet when you fly.
Oh,
things like that.
Yeah, people just wanted a space opera, and they did not deliver. No.
They basically gave free money to Star Citizen because now people are hyped for that.
Yeah, Star Citizen, right? That's an MMO, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Star Citizen. I'm not going to speak.
But now the pressure is on for Star Citizen. So.
Is the pressure on? I feel like the pressure's off.
No.
I feel like the pressure's off. I feel like there's no way we can fuck up more than No Man's Sky did. So now it's just like.
Okay, that's a good perspective, I suppose. Yeah.
I don't know. And the guys who are working on Star Citizen, it's a huge studio.
Oh.
Like, it isn't 30 guys like in a startup. It's a huge studio, and the guy behind it is behind like tons of space sim games that have existed for a long time. Like, these are people who know their shit and know how to make a good space game. You know, they've tested the waters. Like, they've done this before. This isn't news to them.
Well, I hope for the best for them. And
same here. And I will not be pre-ordering it.
No. I am an MMO slut, so I will probably play it.
I know you are.
Yep.
I know you are. Speaking of MMO sluts.
Wow.
I didn't resubscribe. I'm glad I didn't resubscribe, and I'm not going to resubscribe. I reinstalled. You got me to reinstall?
Yes.
But I didn't resubscribe. And I'm not going to. Because...
Let me tell you how disappointed I am in WoW already.
Okay.
Oh.
This is what I love to hear.
Like,
this is what I love to hear.
It happened yesterday.
Now I can be like, I didn't spend $80 and I'm in the clear.
The thing is, it's not that bad. It's the pre-Legion events. There's
it's
these,
it's the 7.0 patch or whatever, right?
Yeah, and it's the demon invasion. So you do know about this. So they certain zones get invaded by demons, and you can be any level, go into these demon invasions, fight these scale demons. Apparently, this XP is amazing, which is the problem. So like you can power level your characters now from whatever to whatever, as if you couldn't already doing dungeons. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, because I'm a little pissed off about how everyone's raving about the XP. Like, okay, you got a free boost if you're playing. Okay, I won't be too salty about that. But the invasions are 3 phases. Phase 1 is just like free for all. They're all attacking this one point. You defend this one point, kill the demons, and then when the bar reaches 100, you go to phase 2, which is 3 commanders, like 3 really powerful like raid boss kind of thing. So they all spawn there, and everyone takes care of them. And then after that, you have to go disperse yourself across the whole map and take care of like these towers that rose up, and you have to destroy crystals and destroy demons, obviously. And when the bar reaches 100, then you fight the final boss. Now, what a lot of people are doing is they go into phase 1, we beat phase 1, and then they exit the zone, and then when you go back into the zone, you're back in phase 1. And I've been caught into phase 2 and 3, because basically, I guess people stay for phase 2, because it happens and spawns right after phase 1. But going into phase 3, everyone's gone. So it's like me and 2 other guys going across the map, destroying these demons. And they're elite monsters. Like, yeah, you can kind of solo them, but it's hard and long and not fun. And that just pissed me off. Like, you're ruining my demon invasion because you think there's more XP by just spamming phase 1. And I don't think that's true. It's just, I think phase 1 kind of like is the shortest phase, so maybe that's the logic. Blizzard should have taken care of that, but Legion comes out in 2 days, so they're not going to fix it.
No.
So that really pissed me off. I managed to collect my companion pet using you get a currency when you get the invasions called like nether shards or something. So I got my pet, and I got my transmog outfit for my shadow priest and my paladin.
Cool.
So I got what I wanted. So at least there's that. But that really pissed me off. Just already, like, people min-max WoW, and then it's just like you min-maxed this fun event that everyone's like been raving about. Like, this Demon Legion, yeah, like come back. Like I agreed, all 4 phases can be fun if we all get together and fight these demons. But nope,
They could have just solved it to be like you get a payload of XP at the end of the whole thing. Like that would have been good.
I suppose you do, but like the trade off is worse.
Yeah.
Um,
that sucks.
Yeah, that pissed me off. But Legion comes out in 2 days, and I'll be leveling up to 110. Yeah, the Demon Hunter. I do love the Demon Hunter. I'm not going to main it, but that was like, apparently they actually have to change the system mechanics or whatever for Demon Hunters to work, but it's very action combat-y for a while.
Really?
Yeah, it's very cool. Really short global cooldowns,
Really?
triple jumping, gliding. You have a slow fall that you activate by jumping, which is
Axel was telling me about that you have a permanent parachute basically.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah. Very very cool. Kind of not cool that the Warglaives are now like an item type. Yeah, exactly. You have polearms, you have swords, and now you have Warglaives. As if I think Illidan's were sword daggers, right?
They were swords.
They were swords, right?
They were swords, yeah. The twin blades of Azeroth were swords.
Yep. I wonder if they're going to change that, but probably not. No
Who
point.
knows? I mean, this is the second time you'll be killing Illidan, for fuck's sake.
I don't think we'll be killing Illidan. Illidan is now so much of an anti-hero. The Demon Hunter introduction storyline, it takes place 10,000 years ago or something, right? Like, all the Demon Hunters were sealed away. Illidan, like, went off on a tangent, and yeah, that was just I heard ravings about the Demon Hunter storyline, and I was actually disappointed at it. I was like, okay, whatever.
It's WoW's storyline, dude. Like,
WoW's storyline though for Legion in general has been pretty good.
Okay.
The villains are not like, they're not like, oh, we gotta take Orgrimmar just because it's the orc stronghold. It's more like it's a romantic comedy right now. It starts off like there's a scenario when you start off doing the demon invasions, and the legions are on one side, or obviously Legion are on one side, but the Alliance and Horde are on opposite sides facing this. You're trying to kill Gul'dan, and basically the demons start like really wrecking the Horde, and Vol'jin gets hit, and Vol'jin tells Sylvanas, you got to retreat if you want a Horde to be left, because all the Horde leadership is there. So Sylvanas retreats, leaving the Alliance to fight the demons, and then they just see the Horde leaving. They're like, oh, well, you left us to die. Meanwhile, they kind of had good intentions just to save the Horde, and then that's, how the various leaders die. So right now, Jaina's pissed. All of the Alliance is pissed that the Horde abandoned them. The Horde is, like, not really knowing that the Alliance is so pissed at them. So you got this, like, a little romantic comedy. Like, if there was just better communication between the two of them, maybe they could ally themselves to fight the Legion better. But I thought that was cute.
Stupid fucking game. God damn it, WoW.
Yep.
I have no interest. I reinstalled it when we talked about it last time, and I was thinking about it. I'm like, there's no way anyone I know is going to play enough, like, for long enough to matter. And I was like, it's just not worth the $80 buy-in to start playing again. Not right now.
To bring it all back to hype and how hype can maybe ruin a game, Legion has not been that hyped. Like, Warlords of Draenor was pure hype. But they've had the Legion beta going on for like months, and basically people have played all of Legion. They've done all the quests, they've played every class. Like, all the information is out there, and everyone unanimously agrees that this is the expansion pack to play. It'll be great, and they've already announced patch 7.1 returning to Karazhan. Interesting enough.
Oh, are they?
It's going to be a dungeon, so it's not a raid.
Okay.
But a 9-boss dungeon. I don't know if it'll be multiple wings or not. And I think they've already announced the first raid, like, way back when. It was going to be the Emerald Nightmare.
Cool.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah, exactly, right? That's been around since before Burning Crusade, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Dragon Portal and Portal have been there for a long time.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Karazhan is one of the best raids in WoW history.
Too much nostalgia, maybe, for me. You got Hearthstone doing Karazhan. We got.
I don't know.
WoW.
I really liked Karazhan.
Yeah,
I think it's the best raid. That like my top two is Karazhan and Ulduar. I think are my two favorites of all time.
Oh yeah, well, we went back to Ulduar actually.
Did we?
Every week since I'm not sure, but there's been two like pre-Legion quests on top that you can do on top of the Demon Invasions, and one of them has you going back to Ulduar, and then you find out that Azeroth is a Titan. Oh, did I spoil that for you? And because King Magnate is back, he's no longer a statue, but he's still crystal stone statue, but just humanoid and walking around and talking to people now. And Azeroth is...
Stop it, Blizzard.
Azeroth is using King Magni as, like, an avatar. Like, Azeroth speaks through him. And,
okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, you haven't heard they sort of retconned Sargeras. I think Sargeras is more... He's more of an anti-hero.
What?
He loves Azeroth so much that when... Because apparently Titans are born from planets, so he doesn't want Azeroth to be destroyed to birth this new Titan, so he employed the Legion to take care and and stop Azeroth from becoming a Titan and destroying the planet.
This is stupid.
Yes,
I'm not
but
a fan of
yet
this.
we're still killing the Legion. I don't fully understand
Nothing makes
it.
sense.
No.
This is so they can inevitably end the World of Warcraft when it becomes a Titan and you all die.
I feel like, okay, Legion unfortunately won't be the last expansion pack, but this would be a great time to stop, bring Warcraft 4 or 5, whatever you want to call it, for an RTS.
4, I think.
Right, it will be 4, but like...
It would just be called Warcraft.
For obviously, yes.
Yeah.
Warcraft 1, but 1 spelled out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I would like to see them make a modern MMO, probably in 15 years. Let's be serious.
With a new engine?
With a new engine, action, combat, whatever. Like, the World of Warcraft, 200, 300 years in the future. Like, let's forget all this ever happened and see what's going on far in the future. That's what I would hope for. I'm just, I've been dicking around in so many other MMOs. It's like, I'm glad WoW is still playable, but MMOs have evolved so much.
They've changed a lot in the last, like,
Yep.
God, how long's WoW been out? Like,
12, 13 years probably.
Something like that now, yeah?
Yep. Even modern MMOs are getting old. Like, Terra is 5 or 6 years old.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. And I didn't realize
Nonsense.
Guild Wars 2 is 4 or 5 years old. That freaked me out.
Yeah, Guild Wars 2 is a weird beast, though, and I think that it did itself a disservice when it was released in the way it was. Like, the style of game that Guild Wars 2 is nowhere near what Guild Wars 1 was.
Apparently there's been a lot of changes. I've never played Guild Wars 2. Yeah.
I played Guild Wars 2. I bought into it when it first came out, and I kind of liked it, but at the same time, I felt like a lot of it was kind of meh.
It was buy to play, right?
Yes, it was buy to play.
Now it's just completely free to play.
No.
Yes.
I think you have to buy the expansion.
No, you buy the expansion pack, sure, whatever, but you don't have
the core game's free. Yeah,
the core game's free, yeah. It's been like that for like a year or two now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what you pay with money, though, except for the expansions.
Yeah, probably cosmetics,
yeah.
Apparently it's like the best free-to-play MMO besides WildStar.
I believe it. It was very tight.
Yeah.
It was very tight when I played it.
But they wanted to not, I don't know, they had no end game, right? Like no raids, no dungeons, well, like a different type of end game.
There was a, I mean, so Guild Wars 1 was all about PvP.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know what Guild Wars 2 is.
That's the thing,
it's
right?
5 mans. I don't think there's like bigger dungeons than that.
They've introduced raids in Heart of Thorns, the new expansion pack.
Have they?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. I want to give it a try one day. Probably when I'm bored with Legion, I'll boot it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
But shall we talk about Hearthstone?
Yeah. So I've played everything up to date. So I've beaten the Menagerie. We still have one wing left. I haven't touched the Heroics yet. I think I will. But I haven't touched the Heroics for any of them, so I'm kind of like, maybe I'll wait till Karazhan's done and just do like a video of all the Heroics with like all the cards up to date. That could be kind of fun. So I might try that.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do like an Iron Man kind of heroic, only to go in with the cards available at the time that the heroic was released.
Well, I mean, I could,
No,
But I
no.
mean, like, I think I'll just like do all of them because I have basically a backlog of every heroic in the game to do at this
Oh,
point.
you want to go back to do like next
Yeah,
Ramis?
like
Oh,
Nax because I haven't done
oh,
any of those heroics,
yeah. Okay.
so I might just do all of them.
I kind of feel like that's cheating when it comes to next Ramis. At least, like,
You know what? Fuck your opinion. I don't care. I haven't done them.
I think I've done one next Ramis heroic, past next Ramis, maybe when the grand tournament or something, and
I was thinking. I
it was
thinking
so
about
much
it
easier.
today,
So
and
much
since-
easier.
Yeah, I know that a lot of the cards sort of warp
Yeah.
how the mechanics were designed for the old adventures.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I was like looking at I was looking at Hearthstone today, and I'm like, well, I mean, I haven't played pretty much any Wild, and I'm like looking through the cards that are all that were in Wild, and I'm like, man, like some of these were freaking good cards, and I miss using them. Like I was playing Priest today, I'm like, man, Light Bomb would be sick.
Yes. Light bomb.
There are so many creatures in play right now that have higher strength than health.
Mm-hmm.
Light Bomb would be so sick in Standard. It would be disgusting.
Maybe it would make priest a better class.
Yeah, I don't know. Priest is in a really weird place. I'm not
Yes.
a fan. It's all the cards that we've gotten in
Karazhan.
yeah haven't been super good. There's like a weird resurrect archetype now that I don't like,
Mm-hmm.
but there's some cute things you can do with it. I don't know. I'm trying.
What about Purify? That seems like a garbage card.
It is a garbage card.
Like, I can't believe that.
It's a garbage fire.
Like, have they ever done a
It's really
truly
bad.
garbage card for these solo adventure games? Like, no. Because the sets are so small. I always feel like those
Yeah,
cards are...
usually there's quality. Yeah, usually
Yeah.
it's pretty decent quality. I mean, Belcher's from a Naxxramas, right? So
That's
I mean,
right.
like, that's one
Yeah.
of the best cards ever printed in Hearthstone.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yep. There's clones now, sort of. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of minions are spawning other taunt
Bog
minions.
Creeper's seeing play now. That's really weird.
Yeah.
7 mana, 6/8 with taunt. Man, that card is just like so boring, but so effective.
Yeah.
It's like really, really good. I like it a lot.
Boring's the right word for that, though.
It is boring.
Yeah.
It is boring, but it's good. It's like completely unexciting, but it's like a really decent ass, and it just blocks everything.
Yeah, a decent ass.
It's a big butt. I've liked pretty much all the Hearthstone events. I've seen some of the heroic stuff, and it looks kind of boring. Like a lot of it's just they have more health now, which is kind of meh. A lot of the mechanics don't really change for some of them. I really liked the prologue. I thought that the Medivh deck was really fun to play.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
thought that was a blast.
What was that?
Um,
Medivh,
Medivh versus Melkazar.
Right. Yeah.
And I really liked the Medivh deck. I thought it was really fun, and I thought that like the mechanics of like shuffling the cards you want back into your deck, so that you can like draw the good ones over and over, and like the making your spells free and like making, I don't know. I thought it was really, really good. I liked it a lot. It was very fun.
That was how about the chess event?
I like chess too. On
Yeah.
heroic, it's really different.
Yeah, I heard it's very difficult.
It's a
heroic.
lot harder on heroic,
Yeah.
from what I've seen, because you don't get the draw card ability. Instead, you get to move your pieces.
Really, I
you
didn't
move-
know
you-
it changed.
Yeah, your ability changes to basically move a piece to the left, and it's repeatable, so you can use it to reposition your board a little bit.
Wow.
So that's kind of neat. Yeah, that'll be a good brawl, I think, if they work out the kinks on how it would, like, the mechanics would work for a one-on-one chess brawl. I think that could be really, really good and really interesting.
Another interesting thing was Dorothy, during the opera event.
Oh, yeah, where you
to
where
the
you,
left
like,
is
put them on
charge.
either side. Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked that too.
Kind of like Elder Scrolls Legends, having the two sides giving your cards different effects. I thought that was
It was
yeah.
really neat. There's some good stuff there too. Overall, though, like a lot of the mechanics haven't really been super exciting. I
No,
think.
I'm still not terribly excited about Hearthstone. You know, Karazhan didn't like. Yeah, I'm not cheering for it.
Yeah, I basically am lukewarm about Hearthstone pretty much constantly.
Yeah. It might
Pretty
be like a
much.
WoW situation for me, where like the game is
Yeah.
like. Well,
Maybe
I am
gotta
more
play
excited.
Wild. Maybe I gotta play more Wild instead of like Standard.
If that's the key, then maybe you're right. But it Wild has no appeal to me anymore because there's no rewards.
What do you mean? Don't you still get the rank rewards for Wild?
I thought there were, but I reached rank 20 and I didn't get a special card back, so maybe I'm missing out at something. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, Hearthstone is Hearthstone. It's pretty much relegated to casual playtime, fun time. Like,
they have to fix ladder ranked. In fact, no, sorry, they have to fix ranked, and I would love to see classic StarCraft 2 ladder in Hearthstone. I think that would be the best.
Like ranks?
Yeah, like bronze,
silver,
gold. And then ranks within those. Like, I there has to be some kind of like, I don't know. Just I hate getting to rank 20. I hate that that's the goal, and like there's no incentive for me to get past 20 anymore. I know the meta changes, and that kind of makes it more fun. But yeah, it's meh.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been playing a little bit. I mean, I'm ranked 16 right now.
Oh,
but I mean, maybe it's just because like
because you were 18 yesterday.
Yeah, maybe it's just like the decks I'm playing not being good is what's bumming me out. And like, it seems that every time a Hearthstone expansion is released, like Zoo is just super good. Like face decks are just super good, and that sort of like not very interactive, like jankiness of the game kind of bores me. And I really want to play like more control decks and like slower decks, but if you want to play a lot of Hearthstone and get to a high rank, you basically just have to play the fastest deck that wins. You know?
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because I like playing Control Priest, I like playing Control Warrior, but I mean, I'll get half the number of games in.
Yep. Yeah.
Literally half. Because I have to get to 10 mana to win, and Face Hunter only has to get to 4 or 5.
Yeah. I mean, I say I like the aggro decks, but I do like the Freeze Mage that I've been playing. It's just completely opposite.
But it takes
I love winning by turn 6. I love having 6 mana and just destroying a guy. That gets quite satisfying.
Who knows? I like Hearthstone. I want to keep liking Hearthstone. But at the end of the day, it just makes me want to play more Magic, which makes me sad because I don't have the opportunity to play more Magic.
Just gotta learn to love MTGO.
I'd rather chew glass.
I mean, some
I'd
people
rather
do that.
chew glass.
You might want to do both at the same time.
Like, Moto's terrible. So terrible. What kind of online card game doesn't have, like, click and drag? Like,
yeah.
What year is it?
Not
to mention that every time they release a new set, there's a card that, like, crashes the game. That's stupid.
Yeah.
It's very stupid.
You can't beat drafting whenever you want.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really drafted a release set in a really long time when it comes to Magic. No, I go to the pre-releases and I do the sealed pool, but like if I want to draft, I have the Cube, and I added a lot of really good cards to it recently. So like, I want to keep playing Cube.
Yeah, I mean, at least you're playing sealed. I love Magic Limited.
I like it too. I mean, my problem with Magic, as far as like the limited environment, is that I hate New World Order, and I think that it's really boring when the fact that creatures are really the only viable strategy. Like, every deck you play in a sealed environment is basically to win with creatures, and that's it. It's pretty boring. Like, removal's been nerfed over and over and over again. Like, the best removal spell we have in limited right now is Murder at Uncommon, which is ridiculous. Like, that's how good it gets now, is Murder at Uncommon.
Yeah, it never used to be like that.
It used to be Doomblade at Common.
Yeah. Yeah, removal was a simple
and now that's
mechanic.
too good.
Yeah.
And now removal was considered too good.
Yeah.
Like, it's too strong for modern day Magic. So, I don't know. Whatever. No one's going to know what we're talking about, so let's not talk about Magic anymore.
Right. What's next?
What is next? What is next on the Blizzard side of things? Let me look. Let me look at Battle.net. Diablo 3.
Ah, yes, you're playing Season 7.
Yes, I am. I'm like Paragon 250.
Oh.
Yeah, on my softcore character.
Right.
Playing a monk for the first time. Really fun.
Yeah.
Really fun. I might even play it again, honestly, if season 8 rolls around. I like it. It's really fun, really fast. You're really mobile. It's very, very refreshing to play.
Yeah, know what you would expect, right? I think my first Diablo main was monk. I didn't like it. I preferred barbarian.
I'm really liking my build, and I just got a fist item set that makes my damage go through the roof. So
yeah, they have a cool rotation. Fun. Really cool abilities.
Yeah, mine's all about like dashing strike and my generators. Basically, everything else is just to survive and increase spirit generation. But the main damage source is every time I dashing strike, my generator's damage goes up, and every time I use a generator, my dashing strike goes up. And then the set bonus, that's what like the reward set did. And then the set that I got for my fist weapons makes it so that when I hit, I get extra damage based on my generators do extra damage based on my wrath. Sorry, my spirit. Right. So as I get spirit, my damage goes up. And when I hit max spirit, my spirit starts depleting, but my damage gets boosted by a crazy amount. And my spirit keeps depleting. So I lose the ability to regenerate naturally. I can still just regenerate through generators, though. So like my left click will still generate spirit. Mm-hmm. And while I'm in that state, the damage just goes through the roof. Just so nuts.
Is there a diminishing return with this feedback loop or...
Yeah, you can only do it there. It's a buff that just like lasts. You can refresh the buff, but it doesn't keep going up. You can't stack it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So as you're using your generator, your like dashing strike will be 4 seconds of boost right up until you use it and do like 12,000 extra damage or something stupid.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Yeah. So what are you spamming? Are you doing Nephilim riffs and
Yeah, like riffs and greater riffs basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then wasting all my shards on Kadala and being like, why aren't you giving me this stupid belt? I've rolled like 150 belts and I have not gotten the belt I want.
See, that's what I always hated about Diablo.
But I mean, that's the point of the game.
Right. And that's, yeah.
I don't know. It's
so
fun.
much RNG.
I like playing by myself, which is odd. There's something cathartic about watching like billions of damage go on the screen.
Oh yeah. It's a great mindless game.
Yeah, you just sort of do it while I'm watching something or just like listening to something.
Yeah, you can even listen to Diablo. I love hearing all the hits.
Blah, blah, blah,
yeah.
Blah. Bring, 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 bring. Exactly. Wow, you can level up. And I mean, we're playing a little bit of hardcore. We haven't touched that recently, but we can go back to that too.
Yeah,
it's so stressful.
Yeah, I like that. I
can't decide if I'm actually miserable when I'm playing or not. I can't decide if I'm having fun, honestly.
I love being stressed out in an action game for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's better than frustration. It's not frustration. It's just stress. You're just stress, concerned for your health. It's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good to worry sometimes.
Exactly. I like it. Diablo's Diablo. The game hasn't changed much over the last 2 seasons.
No, which apparently people are complaining about.
I mean, Diablo really needs like an expansion.
Really right? Why not? Why like, not expansion?
They really need to. When did Reaper come out? Like Reaper came out
like 7,000 years ago.
A while ago. Yeah. Like I'm gonna Google it. Reaper of Souls release. It came out. It was revealed at Gamescom 2013. It's actually only been 2 years.
What?
I'm surprised. I actually thought it was a lot older.
So Warlords of Draenor came out the same time.
Yeah.
Crap.
And I mean, it's on the Blizzard schedule, so we probably won't see an expansion for Diablo for another 3 years.
No. Well, if at all. If at all. I've already seen some YouTubers talk about Diablo 4. And why? Yeah. That's the thing, though. Like, I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. Like, you could release a game from scratch and take all the lessons they learned over the course of Diablo 3. And they learned a lot. The game is not the same game that was released at all.
No, at all. Yeah.
Diablo 3 is a completely different beast than when it was released now. It's better.
Totally.
Like, the fiasco that was the Real Money Auction House was a fiasco. It was a disaster. It made no sense. The wording they used in their article, I remember this when they announced that they were removing the Real Money Auction House, is that it short circuits the primary feedback loop, the primary game loop.
Yep.
When you have the auction house, because it goes from play the game, get the gear, play the game, to buy the gear, play the game.
And then there's no rewards anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, they learned a lesson, obviously. Um, yeah, I mean, I think Diablo is pretty tight right now. It just has to they have to figure out how they're gonna keep it fresh. And I mean, the seasonal format works really well. It's just that they need more changes, I think, when they release the updates. You know what I mean? Like they either they need to increase the length of the seasons and like have bigger updates for them. See, but I don't know. Actually, I don't even know if that would work. Honestly,
People drop their seasonal play too. You know, if it were too long,
Yeah.
it would lose.
It wouldn't
that
matter.
effect.
The
Yeah.
3 month range is pretty good. Like it
Yeah.
makes sense. 4 seasons a year. I think it's pretty much
Right.
how you'd want to do
Seems
it.
natural.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Uh,
The yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know what you would do with Diablo. I think that like Druid would be nice, like another class.
definitely another class could freshen things up.
Yeah. More boss-oriented stuff, maybe like cooler boss fights.
Oh, I
Like
see what you're
reasons
saying.
reasons to do things that aren't rifts and greater rifts, like you know,
Yeah.
like cool boss fights, boss rushes, maybe like that kind of stuff would be kind of neat.
Oh, maybe like you mean like a arena type thing, like round
Yeah.
1 fight this boss, round 2. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, with like interesting mechanics and things like that.
The longer
That would
you
be kinda
last, the
neat.
better reward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Things like that would be cool.
There's no PvP, right?
There is, but it's like not like Diablo 2 PvP. It's like you can
Yeah.
go into a proving ground thing and you can fight for fun.
Yeah.
Which in Diablo is basically like you spam your abilities on each other and see who lucks out and gets a crit.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, Diablo's Diablo. It's fun to play. It's the perfect like pick up, put down game.
Definitely. Which I guess both Diablo and Hearthstone share that pick up and play, put down. Overwatch shares that. StarCraft kind of as well.
They're games that you can play and then step away from, and then play and then step away from, and you don't feel bad about doing it.
Yep. WoW is
StarCraft-
moving more and more towards that,
Yeah,
which is nice too.
it's. I mean, Blizzard makes quality stuff. We're not going to talk about Heroes, and we're not going to talk about StarCraft because neither of us really play it at all.
No.
Heroes is kind of meh. Overwatch is still fun. I mean, not a whole lot has changed. There was a major update with like Ana and Diva, but I mean the characters are good. The game is still good.
Yeah.
There's stuff on the PTR right now, but I think that overall, like Overwatch is still fun to play, and you can easily pick up a game of Overwatch and have fun playing it.
Have you seen The Last Bastion?
I have. It was very sad.
I have not. I know I'm gonna cry.
It was very sad.
Yeah.
There was some real. It's pretty real. It's pretty real.
I'm excited.
It was
I have
good.
to watch
It was
it,
well
yeah.
done. Blizzard knows how to make an animated short. Like every single Overwatch short is really really good.
Yeah. No, I love the style. I love it's
It's like it's Pixar.
Pixar.
It's Pixar. It's so well done. The polish is there. They release good quality animations. They've done that basically from. God, when was like the last animation they really did? I guess like they really started doing it in like Wrath of Lich King. Is they really started having these animations?
Yeah. I guess Burning Crusade was a little lackluster.
But like going forward, they basically had these dope ass animations, and like they did things like the Legion cinematic,
Oh my God, the Legion
which was
cinematic.
so good.
Wow. Literally
Yeah.
wow.
Literally, wow.
Literally wow. Yeah.
But I mean,
yeah.
Blizzard, it's high polish. That's their whole
Yeah.
shtick is that they don't release many games, and you have to play them on their platform. They're basically the Apple of game design.
Oh, so accurate. So accurate. So much like Apple. What do you think's the decision then? Okay. Maybe it's just me, but Legion pre-patch, Diablo Season 7, One Night in Karazhan, all released in the same week. Like, they know there's overlap for these players. Like, not that like I was able to juggle
I don't think
them.
WoW overlaps with anything. Honestly, I don't
It
think WoW
does.
overlaps with anything. I think if you play WoW, you basically play WoW, and if you play Diablo and Hearthstone, you play Diablo and Hearthstone.
I mean, as a WoW and Hearthstone player, but here's the thing. I guess you're right because I just did one night in Karazhan. I had to do 2 full wings yesterday because I had the time. So I wasn't current because I was playing WoW. I was doing the legions. So I guess you're right, but like the point is they're still doing it. Like they still did it.
I mean, the question is how much communication goes in between those teams.
Right. Yeah. From the top down.
I mean, maybe they just sort of all do their own thing.
And it's just a coincidence, eh?
Yeah.
That could be.
Yeah. They've all sort of got goals. Maybe their responsibility is to like turn profits for certain quarters. Who knows?
You know what? WoW knew Diablo would be releasing a new season. That's what it comes down to. Like, this isn't a surprise for Diablo to release a new season. The pre-patch had to happen. They announced. Yeah, it is more of just a coincidence.
And I mean, like Diablo 3's season 7 has been going on for like a month now.
Right. Yeah.
So just in time for people to get bored of it and start playing WoW.
Oh, there you go.
Maybe people don't care about the pre-patch.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do much, right? You just log in, do an invasion.
See what it is.
Yeah.
Pay your $15, decide if the changes are nice for you, and log into Legion, right? And buy Legion.
Wow.
Timing works.
Yeah. I have so many conflicted feelings about WoW.
Well, I mean, in a month's time, you can tell us how you feel about Legion.
Right. I'm sure I'll get to 110 and I'll be like, okay.
And you'll stop playing it. You'll put it down and we'll laugh and laugh and laugh.
I won't put it down out of... Okay, you know what? This is future talk, but Warlords of Draenor was boring.
And we'll see what happens with Legion.
Warlords of Draenor.
Warlords of Draenor. Har, har, har.
Yeah.
Har, har, har.
So what else we got to talk about?
Basically, launchers in video games was what we were going to talk about.
The launcher rant.
And this sort of has come up because... So, the Guardians of Atlas Open Alpha just started. And I had to download a launcher for that. And that kind of peeved me. I was like, this is annoying. Why isn't this just through Steam? But, I mean... It's any of these games that are like really multiplayer focused sort of have it. Because you have to have an operation before you launch the game. You know? But like... I don't know. Like, would I prefer to just launch the game from my desktop and then find a game inside it? Maybe it's just like the way the launcher just sort of works bugs me. I don't know.
I guess the positive thing about a launcher is typically you're logged in when you open the launcher. You don't have to log into the game in the game UI. I haven't had to do that in a long time, and I'm kind of glad for that.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't basically had any of these launchers be part of the gaming experience since I played League of Legends. Not counting Battle.net games, because I guess Battle.net's one gigantic launcher.
Yeah, it's like a personal Blizzard Steam. I'm okay with that. It came out as a Blizzard launcher, but it's DRM now.
It's basically DRM, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I'm just sort of like, what sort of pushed the straw over it for me was that like Epic Games has their own launcher, and I was about to install Paragon, and I'm like sitting here looking at it right now, and I'm like, I don't want to have another thing that I have to boot up.
Yes. Elder Scrolls Legends, also a launcher, and you know what pissed me off about that launcher? It doesn't tie into Elder Scrolls Online, and Elder Scrolls Online having a launcher is basically what made me quit Elder Scrolls Online. Because that's a launcher through Steam. Fuck that. WildStar's the same thing. Like, update through Steam, please. I don't... Like, this is so anti the player.
Yeah. I mean, like, here's the problem, right? Is that Steam's already got this stranglehold on PC gaming. So they have this launcher that you use, which is basically their DRM, and, like, what benefit do I have to install yet another storefront / launcher for a specific company?
Yeah.
And like, and we're being hypocrites because we don't bitch Blizzard out for doing this, but I mean, Blizzard has a lot of goodwill backed up that they could basically do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Like they're the superstars of video game design. You know, like they've got a crazy track record, and you basically can't touch them. But it's like, I don't need a launcher to play Paragon. I don't need a launcher for like Epic only games. I don't need a
Oh.
launcher for I don't know. At least with Guardians of Atlas, like it's for one game, I guess. I don't know if that makes it better or not though, because I mean, like when I was playing League of Legends, I didn't mind, and like that was just sort of part of what you had to do, and it was just like and I mean, I guess from a game design perspective, it's easier to make like this light interface that allows you to like find games, get into matchmaking before loading the game itself.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think that's why we were hypocrites with BattleNet, at least, because maybe we're used to it. This is how it's done.
But I mean, like, BattleNet is you launch the game and then the game does all the matchmaking.
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly. But the updates run well through the BattleNet launcher.
Yeah.
I like that. It seems more streamlined than the Epic Games launcher. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm like... And we'll talk more about Guardians of Atlas once I've had a chance to like sink more time into it and like flex my muscles with it a little bit and see if I like it. But I don't know. It's just an odd situation, and like I want to play more League, I think. I haven't decided if I'm going to reinstall it yet. The game's so different now, and I'm not sure I'd be good. So it's like meh.
So is that what drew you to Guardians of Atlas? You're so crazy for MOBAs right now?
So yeah, I mean, so Guardians of Atlas is like Day 9's game. So like he's been working on this game. He's part of the development team, and he talks about it on his channel a lot. And I think one of the reasons I was like interested in the first place is that like I like strategy games. I'm just not very good at them, and like I'm not good at StarCraft. I really like StarCraft and I love playing it, but like I get thrashed and it's not fun. I just keep getting demolished and I keep getting demolished. And the amount of time and training and practice you have to put in to get good at StarCraft is just too much for me now. Like I don't have the time, I don't have the bandwidth to make that happen.
Yeah.
With Atlas, like the game's a little lighter as far as the like strategy, like the macro elements, and I can focus more on the part that I like, which is the skirmishing. And there's still like an upper bound of complexity that you can add to the game. I don't know, it's just like a fun middle ground, I think, for that kind of unit-based strategy.
It totally plays like an RTS. Like I get that feeling out of it.
It plays like StarCraft.
Yeah.
It plays like StarCraft. Like each unit is its own thing. You can make control groups. Like the difference is that the difference being that what am I saying? The difference being that like you can turn the macro element off. You can just be like, I don't want to deal with the macro element. I don't want to have to build units. I don't want to have to manage upgrades. I just want to play the game. And you can set it all to automatically do that.
Yeah. You do have to manually warp in your units.
Yes, but that's sort of like an important decision that you have to do because you have to choose where they go. And there's like sections of the map. So I think that's something that you couldn't really automate. And basically the entire every hero and race plays like Protoss, in that you like build the units and you store them and then you can warp them in. So you never really feel like the micro of the timing of when you have to warp units in is that important. There's a cat.
Yeah.
Damn it, cat.
Oh. Okay. I thought Guardians of Atlas was... I'm going to have to play it again. But playing the tutorial versus boss, very complex. Maybe it was also because it was 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, we had just finished playing Quiplash for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Which I do want to do again, though, because that was really fun.
I haven't been hankering for an RTS. Well, sorry, when I say haven't, I mean I miss it. I have like nostalgia for some RTS action, but I know it's not fun. I could have more fun doing something else. So
that's fair.
But seeing it in like a MOBA form, that definitely is a little bit more.
It's intriguing, right? Because there's like neutral minions in the game. There's like an objective in the middle of the map that you can contest, and there's gonna be more. Like there's only one game mode in the alpha right now.
Right. Yeah. It kind of gave me that Heroes of the Storm feeling as well with that Titan combat. Yeah. Very, very unique. Yeah.
But, I mean, we'll have more to say when we play more than 3 games, I think.
Yes.
But, I don't know. We sort of got off track with our rant here. Maybe our rant's sort of stupid. I don't know.
Like, I guess it's just something we can't...
It's really just change it.
Can't change it. It's inevitable. It's just... maybe the comment has to be that Steam is more I can't think of a good word for this right now, but the environment for Steam for these beta games right now is just not good, and it seems like a lot of games are they do their own thing and then they go to Steam maybe to reach out to more people because it's not doing
Duelist
it. Like,
did that.
exactly, Duelist, right? Because that was not in Steam for the longest time. They released an
No,
expansion pack for Duelist, and then they bring it to Steam. So it's like
it's
the
the
game is
problem. I
past,
mean, the problem with Duelist, I think, is that like the monetization thing is competing directly with Hearthstone,
Yeah.
and I know most people are basically in the mindset that I've only got so much money to spend on digital fucking cards.
Exactly.
Right? As much as I like the Duelist, and I do think Duelist is an excellent game, and from an objective standpoint, it's probably better than Hearthstone. Like there's more intricacy, there's more like strategy, and there's a lot more control and less variance, which means I think the skill ceiling's a lot higher, which I think is good for a game like that. And I mean, Hearthstone is just very casual in the way that it's designed, but it's like, I don't know. I want to enjoy it more, but at the same time, like I can't spend $50 on Duelist packs.
Exactly, right? Especially because you're not guaranteed that you want the cards or miniatures, whatever Duelist is, right? Because it's kind of like both.
Yeah.
But like maybe to compete with Hearthstone, because now there's Elder Scrolls Legends coming out. There's a lot of games on mobile,
but they all monetize the same way.
Exactly. Like maybe have us or let us buy singles. I don't know, and maybe have the packs be premium cards.
I mean, you kind of do buy singles. That's the thing, right? Like you buy your pack, and the extra cards get disenchanted, and you can break down cards you don't want to get the cards you do want. That is a thing that happens in both Duelist and in Hearthstone
and Elder Scrolls Legends, and I'm sure every game. Gwent is coming out.
I want Gwent. I'm waiting for the damn beta.
I think, same. It's not coming out till October-ish.
I don't think October, Sorry, I think in October.
Yeah, because it got delayed.
Yeah.
Which is good. They really care for it.
Yeah. I think, like, I would love one of these card games that is basically, like, buy-in.
Ah. Yeah.
You know? Like, the Netrunner style of card game where you buy into the core sets that you need to have your foundation of good cards, and then each expansion that you buy gets you all the cards you would need to keep playing. Like, basically in the sense that if Hearthstone only had like a basic set and didn't release like expansion packs, they just had the adventures. That I could get behind. Like, I like that because I like playing card games. I just don't like freaking buying packs of cards.
Yeah. Like,
you know?
That would be because it's not like when I play these games, I like the gameplay. I like the card game style. Like I want to face a guy in cards. That's it. And having all the cards access to me, being able to build all the decks I want.
Yeah.
Like that would set a game apart. You know, that would be the right thing to do.
It'd be nice.
Yeah.
Like it would be very nice if there was a way to like make that, and if there was a way to communicate that to these companies that are making these kinds of games, so that you're not just.
That decision might not even be up to the developers, right?
It's true. And I mean, like, if you want to make money, it's definitely better to release the packs.
Yeah.
Because people will buy them.
To be frank, a lot of MMOs are doing this. Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Yeah.
They have their loot boxes. I hate loot boxes. But, like, why... They have the cash shop. You can buy whatever stupid thing you want from the cash shop. Why the hell would I want a random cash shop item when I could buy the one I want? Because gambling is a thing.
Fucking CSGO.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
CSGO. We're not going to talk about the CSGO gambling, but
no. I barely know anything about it, but I just know it's
it is what it is. And we're probably going to play some Paragon after this because I have it installing.
Nice.
Whatever. All right. We've been rambling for like an hour. I think it's as good a time as any to call the quits.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, guys, this was the episode for August 28th, 2016. Thank you for listening, and take care.
Goodbye.